A very common question that we are asked by consumers who are dealing with abusive debt collectors is, should I send a cease and desist letter? And since we're asked that so often, I wanted to share with you this short video and cover three things. First of all, what is a cease and desist letter? Second of all, what are the benefits or the advantages of sending one? And then finally, what are some of the disadvantages to sending a letter? So first of all, a cease and desist letter is simply a letter that you send, and we would always recommend any letter you send, you do it by certified mail, return receipt requested. You get the little green card back where they've signed for it. But it's a letter you send the debt collector saying, no longer communicate with me. Do not call me, do not write me. So that's the basic idea of the cease and desist letter. Now, a couple of the advantages are, if the debt collector is honorable and will follow the law, or even if it's not honorable but it decides to follow the law, an advantage is that it will cease communication with you. Now, once you send that letter, the debt collector is entitled to send you one final letter that basically says, I'm not going to be communicating with you anymore. But after that, you will not receive any further communication. So no calls, no letters, no voicemails. And so that can be an advantage. Related to that is, if the debt collector receives that letter but continues to call you, continues to write you, then they have violated that cease and desist letter. And under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, you can sue them for that. Now, a final advantage relates to the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, or the TCPA. And we've talked about this in other videos. If there's a question about whether or not you gave consent or permission to the debt collector or the original creditor to contact you on your cell phone using an auto dialer or a pre-recorded message, then sending that cease and desist letter will take away that consent or take away that permission. Because obviously, if you've told the collector, do not ever contact me again, then that would revoke any permission that they had. Now, there are some disadvantages. One of the main disadvantages is a debt collector may say, okay, I won't contact you anymore. I'll just sue you. And so sometimes it does, as you might say, buy yourself a lawsuit. The second disadvantage is the debt collector may say, okay, I won't contact you anymore. And they'll send that on to a second debt collector. And that second debt collector can contact you no problem. They do not have to honor that cease and desist letter because it's not to them. So you send them a cease and desist letter, they go, okay, I won't do anything. And it goes to a third debt collector. And we have seen clients just incredibly frustrated by this because it's just this cycle going on and on and on. They keep sending a cease and desist letter and it gets sent to a new debt collector. And then the final disadvantage that I want to talk about is that it does not gain you any information. In other words, one of the advantages to talking to a debt collector is to learn, why are they calling you? What are they calling you about? What are they going to do if you do not pay? And this helps you to learn some things such as, do they have the wrong person? Is this an honorable debt collection agency that's going to follow the rules? Or are you dealing with an abusive debt collector? And by talking to them, by having voicemails come in that you save, you gain information. By sending a cease and desist letter, you can cut off that source of information. So that can be a disadvantage. There's a lot of other things to consider, but I hope that these three advantages and three disadvantages will give you at least a good starting point to decide whether or not you want to send a cease and desist letter. Now, if you would like further information, you can call me. My name is John Watts. If you live in Alabama, feel free to call me at 205-888-5255. 879-2447. You can go to our website, alabamaconsumer.com, or our blog, alabamaconsumerlawblog.com.